Ukraine is not just collapsing on the front lines. It is collapsing from within. Desertions have exploded to levels that Kyiv cannot hide anymore. Over 21,000 recruits fled in a single month, shattering every record since the war began. Russia, meanwhile, pushes forward with confidence as Ukrainian brigades literally run out of infantry.
The state is doing nothing. Soon there will be as many deserters as active soldiers.
Kyiv's own officials admit the truth Europe refuses to acknowledge. 4 out of 5 Ukrainian draftees are running from training centers before even touching the battlefield. Exhaustion, fear, and distrust in Zelensky's command are driving a manpower crisis so severe that even EU allies are panicking behind closed doors.
80% of recruits are now fleeing training centers, and the country is doing nothing to bring them back.
As Ukraine bleeds soldiers, Russia advances with overwhelming momentum. Pokrovsk, the gateway to the Donbass industrial heartland, is on the verge of falling after Russian units used dense fog to infiltrate the city. Even Ukraine's top monitoring groups admit brigades defending the city have run out of infantry. Europe is facing its own political crisis as 100,000 young Ukrainian men fled to Germany in just 3 months, exploiting Kyiv's disastrous draft decision. Berlin is furious, and the EU is silently fracturing as members refuse to keep absorbing Ukraine's male population, while Kyiv begs for more weapons.
I told President Zelensky that those who are currently coming from Ukraine are to a considerable extent young men aged between 18 and 24, because military service in Ukraine only begins at 25. I asked him to ensure that these young men stay in the country because they are needed in the country, not in Germany. They are needed there.
While Ukraine sinks into chaos, Russia's military strength is only growing. According to the military balance, Russia is now fielding 1.13 million active duty troops, with 640,000 already inside Ukraine, dwarfing Ukraine's fragile and shrinking frontline force of barely 300,000. Europe gambled everything on Ukraine. Now the EU is staring at a failed state on its border, losing soldiers faster than it replaces them, bleeding men into European cities, and watching its military positions disintegrate. Russia is pushing forward. Kyiv is running out of troops, and Brussels is running out of excuses.